the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
Welcome to another episode of CorbinCenter. Thank you again for joining me. I'm gonna die. Not the way I was planning on starting this episode, but we'll just do it in one take. I'm gonna leave it. Anyway, special Corbinite recognition. I'm too lazy to look back, honestly. I'm going to be just 100% honest with you. But it's going to go to Tim. I got to give you it again. I got to hand it to you. Thank you so much for the upgrade at the Saints. You know me. I love baseball, and I'm a big Twins fan because I love Minnesota sports. Mostly because disappointment. It conditions you to have your soul hardened, so you don't take things personally. You have thick skin. But the Saints won 6-0, and I got great seats for this as the upgrade, so thank you so much for that, and thank you for all your support and being a Patreon. Anyway, let's kick right into this, because the one thing that I need to really address, really deep down, Destination Pro. You would think that I would be done talking about everything that happened, but I have more reason to be pissed off as a result of this. And let me just tell you straight up, we all know it was you, Josh Price, who stepped in the ring and did that. The shirt, the build, don't think that wearing a mask makes it any less obvious that it was you. And here's the problem that I've been having recently. It has not been a good 2023. I have not enjoyed a lot of success, and I had Levy Cruz beat. But yet, you stuck your nose in my or a masked man stuck his nose in my business, and clearly it was you. I'm not gonna play stupid while everybody else in Thief River Falls is like, whoever could it be? Which actually might not be playing stupid, because Destination Pro and Thief River Falls might be actually that stupid. And quite frankly, NDS, you snuck away with the victory, because in my mind, what I thought was going to happen is we would beat you guys, and at least the one we didn't pin, the other one we would put in a hospital bed next to Josh Price. But you know what? Is your neck even 100%? Should you even be getting in a ring? And what happened the last time that you got in there face to face with me? So just keep that in mind. And for all the Thief River people, I hope you keep that in mind as well too. But this did not go the way that I wanted it. And Destination Pro continues to be a pain, an absolute mockery of professional wrestling. And the only ones that seem to have their minds set straight is Laura and I. But I have to focus on what's coming up. Obviously, my match with Matt Honey at Pro Wrestling Battleground. This is going to be at the Cottage Grove Armory. That's my next event. Now, this... I don't know why. I don't know why Matt Honey has a problem with me. I have no idea. When you beat somebody, this is back in January, you can't get over it. Look, I, as one who's had long-standing rivalries, it's fine. Like, I get it. I absolutely get it. You're coming from me. You want to make an example. When you're going after the top guy on the Minnesota scene, this is what happens. I get it. I understand young guys like this. And what is it? You celebrated 1 year? Let me give you some advice from somebody who just celebrated 19. Slow down. You got in there with me before, which was an honor for you. Trust me, it was kind of a low notch for me. It was just it was another Saturday, quite frankly. But this time, on a Friday, you're getting a rematch. And quite frankly, this is charity for me. I don't know what you think you have to prove, but I have nothing to prove other than to beat you in front of your friends and family again, which is something that I absolutely love doing. It's my favorite part about pro wrestling is the disappointment. And many of you are still crapping your diapers over the fact that Roman Reigns is still champion, and you're the kind of people that I can't wait to also piss off even more. I mean, you motivate me. You keep me doing this, which is honestly, I mean, that's really how I think I've gone. I have been running strongly for years now on spite. Why most people give up, years ago. Like, I'm feeling like I'm at my most spry and youngest in this because everyone else's spite just motivates me to make them more mad. That's just how it works. as long as there's a place I can make people mad, it's going to be great. Now, I also have a couple events announced. I have a double shot weekend that's coming up in Chicago. Let's just break right into the upcoming schedule here. Let's just do that right now. I obviously have Battleground, and then I go back to Second Wrestling, which it looks like they finally had to advertise me because I'm guessing interest was low. So, finally, you got to focus on me. Before, I was just the little name up there, which is so funny. It's hilarious. But, yeah, you finally had to actually, advertise that I would be there because it's been so long. And now people finally want to see an actual star on the show. So they're used to what you've been feeding them. But there's... about time you come to your senses. But I never really thought that Second Wrestling would be around this long with all the bad business practices and the less to focus on me. But here we are. And then obviously I have the Ranger Rumble, so I have that. And then AWF, we just had that going to Staples. It's almost up in my own neck of the woods, but not quite. I'm not going to claim Staples that far. But with freelance, I'm going to be doing freelance and returning to freelance underground in May. And then also there will be the VFW and another Battleground. And that pretty much will lead right into, my birthday too. My birthday's coming up. That's going to be really fun. What did you get me? I'll pause. I'll wait. Put it in the comments. Yeah, you didn't get anything. Slackers. Like my real dad. Anyway, with that said, when summer picks up, it's going to be busy. Now, I wanted to kind of unveil a new segment on here, which is, as I said, a lot of people find me, I love pissing off everybody. I love taking off everybody. So who better than me to pick the jerk, highlight a jerk of the week? And it doesn't have to be somebody that did something this week. I can throw any politician out there, but I don't like to talk politics because, what did that ever accomplish? But there is something I want to focus on, and quite frankly, this one takes the cake. A 2-star review, a fun way to ruin a weekend and blow $100 on this giant 12-foot foldable beach ball. We took this ball to the beach, and after close to 2 hours to pump it up, we pushed it around for about 10 fun-filled minutes. That was when the wind picked it up and sent it hurtling down the beach at about 40 knots. It destroyed everything in its path. Children screamed in terror, and the giant inflatable monster that crushed their sandcastles. Grown men were knocked down trying to save their families. The faster we chased it, the faster it rolled, almost like it was mocking us. Eventually, we had to stop running after it because its path of injury and destruction was going to cost us a fortune in legal fees. Rumor has it that it can be seen stalking innocent families on the Florida Panhandle. We lost it in South Carolina, so there is something to be said about its durability. First of all, 12,000 people looked at this review. Now, to me, this is great. Most people say that the favorite thing that they love about wrestling the most is doing it for the kids and the smiles on the kids' faces and making memories. This is a memory, and this beach ball made sure that those kids are terrified about going to the beach. Now, again, you probably will swim again, that's the thing, but just knowing you put all this effort into something that you thought was great, a sandcastle, which, let's face it, most of the sandcastles probably sucked anyway because they were just the bucket turned upside down with wet sand, and they're like, look, it looks just like a castle, and then their parents have to lie to the kid and say, yeah, it looks exactly like those beautiful castles in Ireland and all these places. It looks like all these famous castles that were actually constructed and of some architectural integrity. But no, your kid, your 2-year-old or 3-year-old or however the old kids are when they make sandcastles, thinks that they're going to be a sculptor because they just took some sand and put water in it. Yep, encourage that. That's the mindset. But yes, I would have done the same thing. I would have made sure that I held no responsibility for this, but this beach ball is like a wrecking ball tag partner. This is amazing. He's like my lord. He goes through and does all the dirty work, takes everybody down. But this beach ball right here, that's a true winner. You might think it's a jerk, but I think what that did is that lived up to its name. If I was 12 feet tall, could you imagine the destruction that I would do? And also, too, this guy is well-traveled, more traveled than most young independent wrestlers today. Most won't even venture out of their little comfort zones. They'll stay and they'll just wrestle their friends every single weekend if they could. But this beach ball went all the way down from South Carolina to Florida. It's working the territories, brother. It's doing everything it can. And so this is why, upon this hilarious review, that I find this beach ball to be my jerk of the week. And if it's got my endorsement, you know it's credible. So first of all, tell me if you like this segment. That's totally fine, because I'll look for anything. If you want to send me stuff like examples of any of these, go right ahead. But we can do that. I might not accept all of them, because sometimes the submissions from people are, when I open the door, they think they're funny, but they're not. Absolutely not. But I'm sure we will have a lot more to talk about on the next episode of CorbinCenter.